Welcome everyone to Big Bang Radio 89.1 FM. Today we are talking with an awesome band named FOXTRAX out of LA. Thank you guys for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Would you like to go around and introduce yourselves to listeners?
Sure thing. I'm Ben. I sing. I play guitar.
Hey guys, I'm John. I play drums.
Hey y'all, Jared, play bass.
Nice to have you on today. Thank you for joining us. So we're going to get right into it with the questions if you're up for that. So first question, how do you guys know each other? How did you meet?
Well, we all have a common love of roller coasters. So we were at this amusement park in Dustinsville, Missouri, believe it or not. And I just saw them on the line, and Jared was actually wearing a Bob Dylan tee. And then we just got to talking. Jared was brothers with John. Bada boom, bada bing, FOXTRAX.
There you go. So all because of Bob Dylan.
All
because of Bob Dylan.
I think that's the important point to take.
Yes. I'm sure Bob Dylan, if he's listening out there, which maybe he will be, maybe he'll give you a shout out. That's important.
If Bob Dylan, that'd be really awesome.
That would be pretty awesome. Okay, so Ben, you're in a band with brothers. What's that like?
Pretty awesome. Can't really complain. I mean, sure, we bicker about the slightest, stupidest thing every once in a while, but at the end of the day, it's pretty fun. Pretty happy to share this journey.
That's good. It seems like even though you're not all blood, you're really brothers, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so let's tie into the fact that you decided to be alt pop. So what led you to that decision in picking your genre?
I'm not sure that we ever really picked our genre. It's interesting. It's kind of like we've never really gotten a question like that. I don't think we ever really picked a genre like, we're deciding that we are this. I think we just made the music that we made.
And that's what you were labeled. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, other people decided to
label you as alt pop.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
A lot of our influences definitely come from that sort of feel, that's music, from bands like, Radiohead to like, Coldplay, bands that sort of like really kind of pioneered that genre. And I think that, Kings of Leon, The Killers, all those bands heavily inspire us. And I think that it shines through in our music, and that's why we get sort of put into that characterization. But it wasn't like a conscious moment where it was like, hey Ben, do you want to form an alt pop?
I understand what you're saying. I get it. So whose idea was it to form a band?
I think, we all kind of jammed through summers and stuff like that while we were in college. But I think there was just sort of a moment where, me and Jared were working on some stuff ourselves, and Ben was a solo artist and, was just coming back from a trip to Israel. And I remember just talking with Ben and being like, let's just give this a shot. Let's try to start putting some songs together and see what happens. And there's good chemistry from the start. And I think that we all, have the same vision. We share similar goals we want to do with music, and I think it was right from the start.
Cool. So it was kind of, you were all on the same page, vibing the same thing, and you decided just to make a go of it, huh?
Well, I think we started just jamming a bit, and I remember I started talking about wanting to go. I don't even know if I said it seriously about going to a cabin, or I love the band. I wanted to play music out there. And I think that Jared and John were just that sounds awesome. And then we were just like, should we just do that? And I was like, yeah. Well, no one even second guessed anything. No one thought that we shouldn't do it. We just feel like that trip was kind of the beginning of the band. I feel like before then we were just like a couple kids jamming out. We played a show or two. But for some reason we just all didn't hesitate to be like, yeah, we should just go into the woods for 6 weeks and not look back. It was awesome.
Now, the trip you reference is actually when you decided to come to North Carolina for some time, right? And how did you pick North Carolina out of all the other states? Because you guys are from New York, right?
We just kind of wanted to get out into a place that was very different from where we grew up, and I think that we were staying in a cabin I think it was in the middle of the Nantahala National Park, something like that, in Murphy, North Carolina. And Murphy, North Carolina couldn't be any more 100% different than New York City.
I'm sure.
It was an amazing experience. We just wanted to get out and be around nature, be around people who were going to inspire us in different ways. And yeah, I think it was just kind of a no-brainer once we found the spot. It felt right.
So how did your time here influence your songwriting? And I heard that it influenced the name of the band as well. Is that correct?
Sure is.
I think that, just being out in nature was so pure. It allowed us to sort of, really focus in on our inner selves. And I think that also just the landscape where we're in Murphy, North Carolina with, giant mountains around you and stuff like that just kind of allowed itself for sort of the sound that's on the record. When we were demoing out, we wanted it to sound like, for instance, when Ben was singing, we wanted it to sound like we were yelling into the mountains, into the wilderness, and it kind of echoed back and forth. And that's where the idea for some of that delay and reverb came from, I'd say. And then as far as the band, actually, we'd go on like these long hikes through the woods. And, there was snow on the ground. We were there in like February, and we'd actually follow in the snow these tracks, the same thing you're doing, these tracks in the snow left by the foxes. And we were just bored and like on hikes in between recording sessions, and we'd actually follow those tracks in the snow, and they would lead us to like totally new parts of the forest and like adventures and stuff like that. And we realized that it was really just like sort of a metaphor for what we're doing with our lives. Like we could be doing other things, but we decided that we wanted to pursue music for the adventure of it, for the art of it, and just go out there to really pursue what we love.
Hi, we're FOXTRAX, and you're listening to our song "Go It Alone."
Each one looked the same.
just about, we live in a, I don't know, I feel like our generation's kind of like a weird grouping of kids. We're oddballs. Everyone feels like they need to long for something, or everyone's fleeting, and no one wants to, 50 years ago, people wanted to work in corporations and slowly work their way up, but no one cares about doing any of those things anymore. Everyone just wants to do them. And so I think that Go It Alone is kind of like our take on doing us,
So I want to talk about your goals as a band. So what are you shooting for? What are your goals? What are the big venues that you're aiming for?
Oh, big venues. I mean, we would definitely like to be the first band that plays in space. So I think the international station would be pretty high on our list, if not the moon. The moon.
I think playing. Actually, I'm stealing this idea from the band Cleo, but playing in a volcano would be sick.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you might want to get the life insurance boosted up a little bit before you do that one.
Life insurance. We need the insurance for Jared's bass. He's got 1976 Rickenbacker.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I think that as a band, I mean, we just want to make great music, and I guess so. We got an email from this kid the other day, and it was this kid and his dad, and he lives in Arizona. And he was like, I saw you guys were playing this show in LA. I want to come up with my son. It's like a 15-hour drive. I just want to make sure it's not over 21 because he just loves your music. And, I just see how happy it makes him, and I want to be able to do that for him. And those are the types of things that make us want to play music. That we've made some random kid that we've never met, that we know nothing about his story and his problems and what he's been through. And he is jamming out to our music, and he's loving it so much so that he's willing to get in the car with his dad and drive 15 hours to come see us play. And so I think really that's kind of what our ultimate goals are, more than a specific, we want to play this venue, or, I think we'd love to play for tons of people, no doubt, but I think we just want to touch people and make music that people feel good about and want to listen to and want to pop their headphones in while they're laying in their bed and looking at their ceiling and thinking about what they're going to do with their lives, or, oh, I'm in a bind right now. I just need to think about some stuff.
I totally understand that. That's pretty awesome. That makes it all worth it. And it also probably makes all the stress and difficult times that people don't think about that you go through worth pushing forward. Keep pushing forward, because, the number of people that you can make smile makes all the difference in the world. More so than the, large stage and lights, like you said. So that's pretty awesome that you also think of it that way and not just about numbers. So that's really cool. I hope you got to meet the kid. Did you get to meet the kid?
Yeah, we did. He came out to a show, and we were able to chat it up with his dad, and it was a fun time, And there are tons of stories like that. They're slightly different than that, or people coming or sending us emails, hey, I really enjoyed your song. That's obviously a really extreme example, so it sticks out in my mind. But, all of those things happen on a fairly regular basis, and it's every time that happens, we're just, okay, let's push a little bit harder. Let's write just one more really awesome song.
Well, speaking of awesomeness and awesome experiences, your music video, I took a look at that for Underwater. What was that experience like? Whose idea was that? Where did the concept come from to shoot it in a desert setting?
It was a really rad experience, sort of by saying that for sure, but it was actually our awesome director, Ivana Boren's idea to shoot in the desert. And I think that sort of was going through her head, and you can definitely talk to her about it. We can set you up with her and give her your contact information. But I think that the biggest thing for her was that I think there was just some sort of irony to the overall song. The lyrics are lyrics of longing and lyrics of sort of sadness. The song is so upbeat and it's so happy and energetic. And when you fuse the two together, it almost creates this ironic symmetry. And I think she had the same sort of idea for the location. It's a song called Underwater, but shooting it in the desert where there is no water is sort of that same ironic symmetry that you can find in the actual song.
Well, without further ado for our listeners, here is Underwater off of the EP The Cabin by FOXTRAX.
waving with the wind. And I don't mind if I feel blue, and I'm staring at the moon, and the stars are staring at me with a grin. Check my face, I think I'm going under. Oh, now I'm drowning in a blunder. I don't like the way I feel tonight. Check my face, I think I'm going under. Oh, now I'm drowning in a blunder. I don't like the way I feel tonight. Hey, my breath is fogging up the glass. My eyes are wide, but I can't say what's going on. Hey, my breath is fogging up the glass. My eyes are wide, but I can't say what's going on.
I want to talk about tours and shows. What do you have coming up as far as dates going on?
I mean, we're really stoked that we've been selected as a showcasing artist early for South by Southwest in this coming year. So we're just super excited about that. Getting out to Austin has always been something that we've wanted to do as a band. You know, I mean, on a personal note, like I always wanted to check out the city anyway, but to be able to be part of that, you know, that huge prestigious festival as an artist and kind of get the inside scoop on that city, that's going to be really fun.
That will be definitely an experience. That'll be awesome. I know you guys are stoked about that. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So let's see. Music. Do we have any, or do you have new music in the works, or?
Yes.
Yes.
We're actually doing a little bit of recording right now, and I think that for the next couple of months, that's kind of where our head's going to be at, is, you know, shifting from that live, energetic, fun playing to now like thinking about more of what we're going to write and record next, our record. And we've been recording a single right now, which we're really excited about, which we're excited to share with people. And we've been demoing some other songs. And so in the next month or so, the fans should look out for some good news about some upcoming tracks we're excited to drop.
Well, we're definitely excited here at BBR. We enjoy spinning all of your tunes, so I'm going to definitely keep an eye out for new stuff coming in so we can put that in rotation. So what has been the most rewarding part of your journey as a band so far?
I mean, I think that we touched on it a little bit earlier, but every time that somebody reaches out to us and lets us know how much our music means to them, it keeps us going. Definitely keeps us going. For me, that's easily the best part of this job.
Yeah, I think
Go ahead.
I think just like talking to someone after a show is the most rewarding part, because it could be a total stranger, someone you've never met before, but being able to talk to them and have an instant connection with them because, you know, they've heard the music, they've seen you perform. It's sort of like they feel a connection with you and you feel a connection with them because of the energy in the room. And I think that's the most rewarding part of music in general and the live show is, you know, setting an emotion for a place and time, for an entire room of people, and everyone shares in that exact vibe and that exact energy for that duration of time. And being able to connect with people after the show on a one-on-one level, after experiencing that emotion together, is, I think, truly special for us.
That's awesome. So I think that about covers it for us. Is there anything you guys wanted to cover or let the fans know, or what is the best way for people to keep in contact with you? Well, how can bands stay posted on the happenings of FOXTRAX?
Social media. FOXTRAXBand.com is our hub. It's our website. That's FOXTRAX Band, BAND.com. And you can find links to all of our other social media on there. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on Twitter, we're on Snapchat, on YouTube. Really just follow us on all our social media platforms and you can stay up to date with all the happenings and what's going on.
Yeah, shoot us a follow on Spotify too. You'll get a notification the minute we drop that new track.
Okay, all right. Well, I'll definitely make sure to post that on our social media feeds for you guys and get the word out. Thank you again so much for joining us this morning. I really appreciate your time. And again, we'll keep spinning your tunes here at BBR, and we appreciate all that you do. And thank you for going out and making a difference. I know you're touching a lot of people with your music, and I really appreciate what you do. And just stay safe and have fun.
Thanks for having us.
All right, bye-bye.